Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I'm listening to a gentleman, I don't know his name, but he's talking about the Los Angeles Lakers roster, and he's making the case for whether or not you should go with defensive players who can't shoot or shooting players who can't defend. And he's essentially saying you should definitely go with the defenders who can't shoot. Here's the deal. That is very true, but true to preference, meaning I prefer those type of players, because I think I can do more with those kind of players. But if I don't have my gunners on that team with those players, problem is I lose. That's what the Miami Heat showed us, and to a much lesser extent, that's what the Boston Celtics showed us in the finals. You can have all those defensive players, those wing guys, those lengthy guys, all that. You can have the best trackers in the world. But if you don't have at least one or two guys who can hit a shot, those trackers are going to be bricking shots. They're going to get all the stops in the world, but guess what they're going to do? They're not going to put any points up. So the score is going to say 20-20, and hopefully they can keep getting stops. And what ends up happening is, a lot of times those guys who are playing all this defense, what also ends up happening is they shoot low percentages because their legs are so damn tired from going left and right, up and down, chasing people around. You get the effect that the Miami Heat had with Maxey. Not Maxey. Max. It starts with him. I don't know. My mind is gone blanks. But the Miami Heat player who plays defense and tends to miss a lot of shots. He goes for like 4 for 17 every time. I can't think of the man's name, but that's the issue they had with him. He's such a good defender, but on the other end, he's giving you nothing. Matisse Thybulle, same thing. Amazing defender, not giving me nothing. So what ends up happening is, yes, is he an amazing defender? Does he hold value? Sure. For a team with nothing but gunners and facilitators. Because now, if I ain't got nothing but gunners and facilitators, I need somebody like Matisse Thybulle to come down and just provide some defense, get some stops or something, make the team more defensively sound as a whole. Put him down there. They just come together more so because he's defensive minded and he's going to make things happen. Problem is, go back on the other end, it's 4-on-5. So it doesn't work, man. You can't have a bunch of Draymond Greens and think you're going to win a championship. You're not. They're going to be passing all over the place. They're going to be defending all over the place. And when it's time for the shot to go up, they're going to break. When it's time to get to the line, they're going to break. And then they're going to come back down with those shooters who don't play that much defense, and they're going to hit shots. They're going to hit shots. Those shooters who are leaving them open, those guys that don't defend, they're scoring on them. Because that great defense is great, but great offense always trumps great defense. We know that. Kobe Bryant hit many a great shot over great defenders. Just the same, man. So it's one of those situations where I look, you got to have balance. There's no perfect science. You can't give me a bunch of gunners and think I'm going to run a championship. You can't give me a bunch of dirty work guys and think I'm going to get a championship. You can't give me a team full of rebounders and think I'm going to win a championship. I need every aspect of basketball, and I need to be able to audible out of anything that I see. That's what basketball is really about. It's about having as many options as possible so you can morph in and out of whatever the hell you need to. If I need to be able to shoot, I should be able to have a bunch of gunners down there that can get shots off. If I need to be able to defend, I would like those same players to be able to defend. But if not, I need some designated defenders as well. And that's what I think of the situation. It's not a perfect science. You can't just put one type and say, I like that type because it gives me a lot. No, because if you don't have that other type over there, that type ain't going to add. It's not going to be as much to have that piece if you don't have the other pieces that complement that. So basketball, as I say a million times over, it's not a perfect science. It's not something that you can pinpoint. It's an ever-evolving game. And as we continue to learn about it, there will be new ways of guarding and defending, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just wanted to put that out there, trying to throw a different point of view out there, because although I like those players, indeed, because I prefer them, and if this were last year or a year before that, I probably would have been like, yeah, give me all those players, because I can't do nothing with just shooters. But then the reality is, this playoffs up to my basketball IQ to a sense to understand that that's not a perfect science. You can't just give me a bunch of Lonzo Balls and don't have no Bradley Beals. No, you know what I mean? You need that catch and shoot guy to help make the facilitator work. You can't have nothing but Anthony Davis down there and then don't get yourself a real actual center who rebounds and defends, because he's going to need that help. He can't be the last line defense in the paint. He could be the greatest defender he is, but if he doesn't have that complementary piece, you don't see that full effect. And that's what we've been learning. It's exactly what we've been learning. So no, you need everything. You need everything. You need your defensive guys. You need your rebounders. You need your shooters. You need your catch and shoot guys. You need guys who can create for themselves. You need everything. You need everything, and you need to be able to use it when you need it. So that's what I wanted to come up here and say, man. I like how the Lakers are building this team, but I understand we went really, really heavy on the do dirty work kind of guys, on the rebounding heavy, long bigs. That's wonderful. But now we need to go ahead and find those gunners. Now we need to find those pure shooters. The Buddy Yields and the Eric Gordons and Kyrie Irvings. We need all that. We need that now. Joe Harris, Seth Curry, whatever. Anybody that can shoot the ball, that's what we're lacking. Because if we start the season, we're going to be able to defend. We're going to be able to rebound. We're going to be able to make fouls happen, push people around. But we're not going to be able to put up enough points on the board. It's that simple. We're going to need those scores, and we need them now. We're going to miss our Malik Monk. Malik Monk wasn't a defender. But you best believe his efficiency shooting the ball was defense. It most definitely was defense. Right? Because he was doing something that gave you the opposite dynamic of what's happening to you defensively. So whenever they're getting stops, whenever you're not getting stopped, guess what? His efficiency defends that weakness. You don't have that efficient shooter, which we don't this year. We're going to find out how hard it is to actually come across scoring when you don't have those type of players. So, yeah, that's what I want to say, man. If we don't get those shooters, we're not going to get as far as we want to go. I don't care how healthy we stay all year long. If we don't get enough shooting on this team right now, we ain't doing nothing. Simple as that for my Laker fans who are wondering what I think of the team. I like the team. We're just incomplete. We got too much of one thing and not enough of something else. And we'll get it. I think we'll get it. I don't think the plan is to stay like this. I don't believe that. So we just keep on waiting. Obviously, Brooklyn's in the wing. Obviously, we have those Indiana deal, the Houston deal. All that can be possible. Chicago's in the wing as well. So there are other deals we can make if for some reason this Kai thing doesn't happen. But I think we're going to do our due diligence to make sure we exhaust every opportunity to get him. And so on and so forth. So that's just what I wanted to say, man. We need everything. All the elements of basketball. Do not fall in love with one type of player and think you can just fill that up with your team and think you're going to win that way. Trust you me. You're going to find a team that can adjust out of that. And when you do, you better be able to adjust to what they're doing. My name is BDL44. I thank you all for watching.